some new information regarding the ancient chair interface.
Have they checked your quarters?
Well, I don't know, actually. I've got work to do.
Where are you?
The control interface room. Look, I've come across some very interesting data.
You're supposed to be here waiting with the rest of us.
Colonel, obviously neither one of us has anything to do with this business.
Well, that's not the point.
I thought while this was going on, it might give us the opportunity to keep working. Obviously, I was wrong. Rush out.
Rush, get your ass back to the gate room. Rush!
Colonel Young, this is Scott. Come in.
Go ahead, Lieutenant.
You're up, sir. You want to be here, or?
No, you go ahead. I'll wait here.
All right, there's obviously nothing here. Let's move on. Eli, come on. What is it? Colonel, this is Scott. I need you to get down here right away.
Where was it? Near vent. The vent? That's imaginative.
I didn't mean to look that hard.
That's okay. I was the one who authorized the search.
Right.
You don't believe I put it there, do you?
No, sir, of course not.
Somebody's trying to frame me, Eli.
Right.
Right, so this is what I've been thinking. We say that we found it in a storage room. Only the person who hid it in there will know any better. Maybe we can smoke him out that way.
Are we sure that that's a good idea?
He did not kill Spencer, Eli.
I'm not saying that he did.
Look, this is obviously someone trying to undermine the Colonel's authority. We cannot let that happen.
Eli's right. I want you to take this gun to Ray. Tell her where and how you found it. Leave nothing out. She'll know what to do.
Sir?
I can't investigate myself, but then you can't be asked to investigate your immediate superior officer. That leaves Ray. We gotta play this by the book.
Well, with all due respect, sir, if the book covers this, I missed it.
Lieutenant, I need you to listen to me. Something's going on here. If we get caught in a lie now, this is gonna turn into a bigger mess than it already is, right? So I need everything above board, out in the open. That is in order.
Well, this looks bad.
It doesn't prove anything.
That's not the point. This is a question of morale. A lot of people on board are going to have doubts.
Well, Eli, you were flying a Kino in everyone's face last night.
Just until the poker game. Then I put it in search mode.
Well, maybe it caught something. Something that might indicate that Colonel Young had nothing to do with this.
Or that he did.
I find that hard to believe. Have you contacted Earth yet?
I was just about to use the communication stones.
Well, whatever your superiors advise, we are on our own out here. Best we handle this ourselves.
Thanks for coming. I need a favor. Obviously, you've heard about what's been going on.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to miss.
I didn't do it.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it looks like I'm going to have to clear my name before I can find out who did.
I don't understand.
Ray used the stones, please, to talk to her IOA superior. She came back authorized to hold an evidentiary hearing on the matter.
This doesn't sound so bad.
Don't kid yourself. She's going to come after me.
Why?
Well, the IOA's been chomping at the bit to have one of their own in charge. This is the best shot they've got.
Oh, you could talk to General O'Neill.
Miss Armstrong, I could stay in charge without having to run to General O'Neill if that's what I wanted to do. This is about more than that. But the point is, if she's going to be the de facto prosecutor, I'm going to need a defense. So,
Me?
you went to Harvard.
Political science.
This is more politics than law.
I would think Lieutenant Scott
I don't want it to seem like the military against the civilians. Please.
Doctor, have you ever seen Colonel Young attack one of his own men before?
I wouldn't call it an attack. He was defending me.
Have you ever seen Colonel Young have any kind of physical confrontation with one of his men?
No. But I'm not military.
You did serve at Icarus Base for a period of 6 months, which was under his command.
Look, Spencer was out of control. He had to do something.
Did he?
I was in the control room running a test. Colonel Young and Dr. Rush were talking. I don't think they realized that I could hear them.
And what were they saying?
Colonel Young was complaining about Sergeant Spencer. Said that he had gotten out of hand, and if the situation didn't improve, he might have to take drastic measures.
But you have no way of knowing what he meant by that, do you? Assuming you heard correctly.
No, not at the time, I didn't.
I don't remember the exact details of the conversation.
But you do remember speaking with Colonel Young about Sergeant Spencer.
Well, the colonel was doing most of the talking. I think he just wanted to let off steam.
Do you remember him saying that if things didn't improve, he was going to have to take drastic action?
I'm not sure he used those exact words.
Do you agree that Sergeant Spencer was a disruptive force? That his attitude was damaging to morale and was only getting worse?
Yes.
Then would you say that his removal from the situation has been a net benefit or a detriment?
I know what you're trying to do. You want me to suggest that we're better off without him, therefore imply that Colonel Young may have drawn the same conclusion. That as commander, he may have believed he had no choice.
Well?
Well, that would be pure speculation, and I'm having none of it.
Didn't stop him from saying it out loud, did it?
You're sure there's nothing in the Kino footage?
I've confirmed alibis for half a dozen or so people, but I haven't found anything that helps the colonel.
You found an empty bottle of sleeping pills in Sergeant Spencer's quarters, didn't you?
Yes.
Did you know he was taking them?
I wish I had. I might have been able to help him.
You're suggesting that he had a dependence, and as a result that he was suffering from withdrawal.
It would explain a lot of things.
But you don't know that for a fact.
No.
Hypothetically, if he was suffering from withdrawal, it could have caused him anxiety, depression, even suicidal tendencies.
Yes.
In fact, all the physical evidence, the blood spatter, the angle of the wound, the position of the body, it was all consistent with suicide.
Yes.
But you're not a forensic scientist.
No, but I've seen gunshot suicides before.
And in those cases, was the gun ever absent when the body was found?
No, but it's obvious that someone planted
It's not up to you to speculate.
Isn't it true, Lieutenant, that if we were on Earth, there is a simple test you could do to determine if Sergeant Spencer had fired that gun?
I suppose we could test his hand for powder residue and properly test the weapon for fingerprints, but we don't have the necessary equipment on board.
Is it possible that a forensic scientist from Earth, say using the communication stones, might have been helpful even without the special equipment you're talking about?
If we hadn't handled the weapon or contaminated the crime scene...
Yeah, but whose decision was it to have us investigate this ourselves?
Miss Ray, I think it was my turn to ask questions.
What are you doing?
Taking my turn as we agreed. Lieutenant, would a proper autopsy be able to determine if he was in fact suffering from withdrawal?
Yes.
Expert or no expert? Without any actual forensic equipment or facilities, is it possible to know for certain what